Okay, so this is the TC-8900R radio. Four band. 29, 50, 144, and 430 megahertz. Okay, it finally arrived. Communications is important, especially in times of disaster. And we are definitely in a disaster created by our politicians and the lying media about a phony virus so they can implement a totalitarian communist takeover of America and violate every single one of your constitutional rights. You can tell that they're lying about everything. I just made a video, of course it's suppressed, I'm sure. YouTube and Google have been implementing algorithms to censor everything over the last year, and that's how they got away with this worldwide scam. But I showed how they're bribing the hospitals to lie. They give them free money if they classify what's the thing that most people die from? Oh yeah, natural causes. They get $3,000 if they lie and say it's due to that phony virus. So you can't believe anything the numbers are saying. Everything's a lie. And you better be prepared for a disaster, because they're dismantling the food supply right now. And they're doing everything they can to destroy America and the rest of the world. There's an attack by the NWO. And they control the internet. They control all the media, so you better have alternative means of communicating if you want to survive their evil attack. I got this from China, and they said the only way they could send it was with what was it, DHL? DHL, so I said sure, send it. I actually got my ham radio license a while back. I got my general license too. I'll have to look up the call sign, so I have never had a radio to use it. But I wanted something. This has got 4 different bands. VHF, UHF, let's see, I'm not sure what the other band is. And HF, it's an HF band. And HF reflects off the ionosphere, so it can travel a very long distance. Okay. Let's take a look at what we got here. It looked like a nice radio. It was cheaper than the Japanese ones. That they were about twice the price. And someone was recommending that I get the, I forget what it was, the Japanese one. It looked like a nice one, but I don't want to spend that much money because I only have limited resources and things are not looking good in the world. Okay, so here's a mouth thing, a mic to talk into. Looks like it's got a phone connector. Okay. Bundle of wires so you can hook it into your car or something. Maybe we'll try to hook it up to my lithium battery. Looks like some metal mount pieces. Bunch of screws and hardware. Here's a mic clip. Clip in the microphone. Oops. More metal hardware for mounting the radio. Okay. Looks like a lot of great stuff here. Let's try. Okay. Here's the radio. Okay. And I think the picture said, yeah, there's where you hook the mic in, that the front plate would come off. Looks like it comes off. I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, but actually I'll probably just leave it on for now. And the plug for it. Okay, so there we go. We'll have to do a little bit of studying first to see how to hook that up, and then maybe we'll get this thing working and try to test it out, make some long distance free phone calls, free radio calls. Okay, so I had to, been waiting to test out my radio and my antenna. Get my fingers out of the way. And I got the antenna and it had a UHF connector on it instead of a N-type, because the radio's got N-type output. And so hopefully these are going to work and hook up to, let's get these out of here. Come on. We've got lots of nice little plastic baggies, Ziploc. Okay, so it looks like N-type male to UHF female. So we'll have to test that with the antenna and see if that works. Okay, so here we have a lead-acid motorcycle battery. Now, it might be better to use a lithium one, but I'm using my lithium one for something else. They're a lot lighter. And guess we have some pretty long wires with this. It looks like there's a plug here that we can plug right into the radio. So let me just untangle these things. And of course you want to probably screw the black into the negative side. Right. Here's the end of the wire, the black one. I can stick it in the front. Okay, there's black into the negative, and red into the positive. Okay. Oh, maybe I'll stick it in the side. It doesn't look like it's clamping down too well from the front. Stick them both in from the side. Okay. So there we go. And I guess let's plug in the radio. And let's turn her on. See if I can figure out how to turn this thing on. Volume. Okay, so here is a microphone here. Let's zoom out a little bit. And looks like a phone jack on the end of it. Can we see that? And it looks like that plugs into the side of the radio right here. Okay. So I guess that's all set to go. Okay, so now we have our mic plugged into the side of the radio right here. Okay, let's figure out how to turn this thing on. Okay, so I had to read the directions. I guess if you, okay, the right bottom button, if you press and hold that on 5 seconds, that turns the radio on. That makes me feel a lot better. It looks like it's working. Okay, and let me turn down the volume a little bit. So we could have a portable device. And look at this. We have it's all being powered by a little motorcycle battery. We have our nice new antenna on there, which this does not come with the radio. I had to buy an adapter and the antenna. That'll be a separate video. And let me fiddle with this. And like I said, I do have my general ham radio license as well as my regular ham radio license, so I can use the HF. And I'll look at my call sign in a second because I haven't used it ever. This should be interesting. Okay. Okay. Okay, looks like the radio working. This is 162.55.
Showers likely with a slight chance of thunderstorms. Patchy fog after midnight. Lows in the mid-50s. Saturday, partly sunny.
Play with this a little bit more.
Patchy fog in the morning. Highs in the mid-70s. A marine weather statement has been issued for the following areas. Tidal are measured in feet.
Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but I can kind of switch the channels up here, and if the channel's not coming in, I think the box is set so that it just mutes it out if there's just static there. Okay, so see there's nothing on these channels, so it's muting it out. Search around a little bit more. Okay, anyway, very interesting.
At Reagan National Airport, fair skies. The temperature was 76 degrees Fahrenheit, or 24 degrees Celsius.
Okay, so here's a scan button down here, and if we press that, it will scan to our station and stop there.
Here is a look.
And then it will continue scanning. See if we can find another station. Okay. No, that one's not coming in too well. So it looks like the first station was 162 point something or other. It's 162.55 or something. Maybe some kind of weather station. Definitely very handy if you are out on a boat or something. Or anyway, let's let it scan for a little bit, and I'll try to figure out how to go into the different bands, and we'll see what we can get this radio to do. Should be very interesting, huh? Okay, here's some kind of weird beacon that I found while I was scanning around. It's pretty annoying, huh? Okay, so the manual is telling me if I hold down, let's see, this button right here, I can switch between the different channels. Okay, there's 350 megahertz channel, 440, 850, 29, so this must be the HF, and the AM I believe was in the kilohertz. There's 50 megahertz. Okay, and then we must be in the 144 megahertz one again. Just out of curiosity, let's go to the HF. That's 850. Okay, so here's the HF bandwidths. See if we can do a scan through those. See if we can find anything on the shortwave. I guess the scanner's not working too well. We have to play with the Vox or something. So we ought to scan through the different channels. We can change the channels by tuning this knob up here. Of course, HF can reach a very long distance because it bounces off the ionosphere. And that skipping will let you basically go over the horizon, right? That's how over-the-horizon radar works. And let me turn this down a little bit. It's pretty annoying. And you can communicate thousands of miles away just by skipping off the ionosphere. Of course, the ionosphere is different in the day and night, so you might be able to reach different places daytime versus nighttime. Okay. Now let me fiddle with this radio some more, and we'll see what kind of other features it has. Should be very interesting, huh? Okay, so I guess in this mode, the HF mode, I haven't found anybody talking on it right now, but it looks like it goes from 28 to 30, so it's the top of the HF. See, there's 30, then we can flip over to 28. I'll try looking at some of the other bands and see if we can pick up some interesting things. Okay, so here's the 50 megahertz band, and we can tune it with this dial, and it goes from 50 to 54. So that's the bandwidth of that guy. You can tune that around with that. I didn't find anything interesting on there. Maybe we'll go to the next band. You gotta hold that down for a second. Okay, that was a 144 megahertz one. And let me find the limits on that one. Actually, it appears this is the AM band because it says AM at the bottom. So I guess you can listen to the AM radio. Okay, so this band goes from 108 to 179, so this must be the 144 megahertz band, and I guess it's just AM is the kind of modulation they use on that 180, because that's definitely going to span the 144 megahertz, right? Okay. So that's the limits of that band. Let's go to the next band. Gotta hold that down. Okay, this is 350. And find the limits of this guy. Okay, I guess you can get rid of a lot of the static if you turn this back knob here. So it won't stop on all the static channels. It'll just search for the higher power ones if you turn this up. And so we'll see if we can find any valid channels, because it was just stopping at every number when this was turned down. Okay, see there's a back knob to that and a forward knob. And so when I turn that up a little bit, it's going to reject a lot of the noise and search for higher power transmitted signals. Looks like we have a bar down there to indicate what the power of this transmission is. See, if I turn that knob back down like it was, it will just stop on everything, just bring in a bunch of noise. I bring this knob back up a little bit, it's going to scan through stuff more. Okay. So this is the probably the 350 megahertz bandwidth, and I'll see what this goes up to. Okay. Okay, so it looks like this band goes from basically 400 to or 320 to 400. Okay, so that's the limit of that band, and we'll go on to the next band, I guess. 439. Let's do a scan. See if we can find anything interesting here. Okay. Okay, so this must be the 430 megahertz band. Okay. Like I said, you can use this bottom knob here to reject staticky stations, or not reject them. It's like a cutoff. I'm sure there's an official name for that. I'd have to look it up. Anyway, very interesting, huh? In the post-zombie apocalypse. Yeah, we are in the zombie apocalypse. Okay, looks like we found a station.
274 economists agree. Laws restricting purchases only those goods made.
Okay, so we're finding some interesting things on the 400 megahertz. And I guess what I was saying is post-zombie apocalypse, communication is going to be essential. And we are in the zombie apocalypse. As most people have been turned into zombies by the media. Mindless zombies, believing this virus crap. And they're going to put our lives in danger. They're going to want to force injection us with whatever crazy crap that psychopath Bill Gates is trying to stir up in his mad science lab. And I've made some videos on that. I'm sure they're being suppressed by YouTube and Google. But the zombies are coming. It's the zombie apocalypse. Fortunately, I have my homemade zip gun to defend me from this menace. See there, right down the street. Everybody run for their lives. Oh wait, those aren't zombies. Those are Democrats coming to try to take our guns away. And some Republicans pretending to try to stop them. Anyway, down to business. Anyway, sometimes I like to throw in clips from other videos that I've made that have been censored on YouTube, because they're not going to get played any other way. So we'll see. Put a lot of effort into some of these, and you know, they just get taken down or shadow banned or whatever. So hope you found that amusing. If you want to avoid this, if you want to survive this, then communication might be essential. Okay. Okay, I think that was at 480 to 400 to 480. It's a little bit of this band. Let's stop scanning it. Okay. And we'll go to the next band. Oops, I gotta hold it down. Okay, 850. Okay. Is that the last band? Yeah, because we already did the HF. Okay. Oh, but we didn't do the 50 megahertz, did we? Anyway. Okay, so here I passed element 3, the general and the technical. Element 2, the AARL. Okay. There's my ham radio licenses. Okay, and there's my call sign, KM4JOG. And it looks like it's valid until 2025. Okay, so I should be good for another 5 years or so, huh? KM4JOG. Okay. Anyway, I guess I looked in the manual. The technical term for this knob in the back is called squelch. So I guess it squelches the lower transmitting signals if you turn it up. Okay. Anyway. Okay, it looks like this is the limit for this band, 700 to 985. We'll go on to the next band. I gotta hold it in for a second. 28. This must be the 50 megahertz one. It seemed like it went up to 50 megahertz though. Oh, okay, there's the 50 megahertz. We'll scan through that. Okay. So there's 50. Okay. Okay, so it looks like the 50 megahertz band goes from 50 to 54. And I think I've covered all the different bands. Okay, that's the 144 band now. Okay. Okay, so 4-band radio, and we'll have to test out the transmit, see how that works. KM4JOG monitoring. See if we can find anyone talking on the ham radio today. Maybe not, though. Anyway. Looks like a pretty nice radio for the price, though. I think it was about $300. Okay. Anyway, this is Dr. Janes, and thanks for watching.